In this video, we're going to talk about how we can create grids and levels in Revit. For doing that, I'm going to see that here we got the project browser. Then I have to pick any of these elevations, so I can pick whatever. So here I'm going to take this one, and now I can see the levels. The levels are represented by these families, by this marker and this line, and I can change its height. So I can, for example, get this height, and I'm going to say that this is going to be 3 meters, which means is 3000 millimeters. And now I can change the units by clicking in the Manage tab. Now I'm gonna go to the project units, and now I can change it to meters. And now in this case, I'm going to choose 2 decimal places. OK, and here we are. Now we can see that the representation, or the way these dimensions appears are different. Now are in meters. Now I'm going to create the level. So there are two ways for doing so. So I'm going to go to the Architecture tab. Now I'm going to click to the level, and I'm going to select the place where I'm going to start that level. And I can see that there is a temporary dimension. I can select. When there is a temporary dimension, I can make an input from the keyboard, and that is only by typing the desired height. For example, in this case, it's going to be 2.4 meters. And now I'm going to extend this line, this level, until I get this other temporary dimension. I'm going to click here, and now I got my level. So there's one thing I have to see here. Once I created this level, I can see that my third level is here in the project browser under the floor plans section. So there is another way for creating levels. It is by clicking on the level, on any level that I want to duplicate. I'm going to click on copy, and I can choose multiple elements and constraint in order to make these copies orthogonal. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to say that I want this, and I want another, and that's all. Once I have created this, once I have copied these levels, I can see that there are different markers here. There is one marker that is in blue color, and there is this one that is in black color. So the blue markers appears here in the project browser. The black ones do not appear here. So for making these levels these levels appear here, I'm going to go to the View tab and Plan Views, and now I can click on Floor Plan. So I can choose these elements, and I'm going to select them all. So I'm going to click on OK, and I've got all my levels here in the project browser. So this is the way I can create levels. And there's another way for changing the height of those levels. It's by, for example, I want all my levels to be 2.2 meters. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to type 2.2. Now I've got this one already done, but the rest of the levels are not to the height I want. So I have to pick this one and say that this is going to be 4.4 and so on. But this is not an efficient way to do so. So I'm going to do as follows. I'm going to take this dimension tab, this dimension tool. I'm going to make a dimension. I'm going to pick each element, and for placing the dimension, I'm going to click outside. Now I got it. So different levels, different heights. So I want that all levels are 2.2 meters. So I'm going to take this dimension. Here there is a UQ words, and that I want to letters, sorry, that I want to change, I'm going to click here in order to make that all levels are equal. So that's what that is what means EQ. That means that all elements from this dimension that are in this dimension are going to have the same dimension. So now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to say that this is going to be 2.2. Click enter, and now I see that all my elements are 2.2 because all elements have a constraint with this dimension, that this dimension says that all elements are going to be equal. So in another video we're going to see how we can create grids.